Magandang Jensen, everyone! My name is Rogiemae, and I am your tour guide for today. On behalf of this bike tour, I would like to welcome you all to General Santos City. General Santos City, which the locals customarily call Jensen, is located in the province of South Cotabato and is one of the urbanized cities in the Philippines. Jensen has many tourist spots, and one of them is this abandoned Japanese bunker. Located in Mercado Street, Barangay San Isidro, General Santos City. After the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941, they invaded Davao City on December 20, 1941. The newly formed Coronadal Valley Settlement in 1939, particularly General Santos City today, was just 141 kilometers away downward from Davao, making it more vulnerable to the Japanese invasion. Meanwhile, the Japanese forces arrived in General Santos City via overland from Cotabato City on May 14, 1942, with 2 Japanese warplanes bombed for 2 days in a Japanese warship, pounded the shores of Dadiangas, the Jensen Center today. On May 6, 1942, General William Fletcher Sharp, a Visayan Mindanao Force commander in the Philippines, issued an order to surrender all United States Armed Forces in the Far East Unit in Mindanao. During this time, General Paulino Santos Sr., head of the Coronadal Valley Settlement, decided to deal with the Japanese peacefully. Consequently, the Japanese took over the administration of the settlement and reappointed General Santos as the manager under tight control and close guard. Despite the onset of the Japanese occupation, cooperation extended by the officials and the residents of the settlement led to the cordial relationship between them and the Japanese forces. Before General Douglas MacArthur landed in Leyte on October 20, 1944, the Japanese ordered the construction and installations of defense structures, and these are the bunkers. These bunkers were strategically scattered in areas wherein the Japanese perceived them as the decisive points of defense towards the much anticipated American invasion. The locals hastily built these bunkers as guard posts by the Japanese. The Japanese utilized concrete to a varying degree in the constructions of these bunkers, and their location usually was where there was a water supply nearby. There are 44 bunkers found in 8 barangays in General Santos City, namely Buayan, Baluan, Bula, Conel, Labangal, Ligaya, Mabuhay, and San Isidro. These were used during World War II and eventually abandoned by the Japanese Imperial Army in 1944. So now, let us proceed to our next stop, which is the bunker in Mabuhay Road. As you can see, the shape of this bunker is hexagonal or round in plan, with an entrance, sometimes two, away from the anticipated direction of attack, often protected by a porch or blast wall. The hosts are positioned at a strategic interval, so their field of gunfire will be overlapping against their enemies. There are also holes at the top, which serve as an airway passage for the people inside it. Now here we are at Malacedo Phase 2, Barangay San Isidro, General Santos City, our third destination today. This banker is currently in the front yard of a homeowner's residence. Our last destination for today is located at Purok 13, Barangay Mabuhay, General Santos City. As you can see, despite the many variations, bunkers in General Santos City possess a range of common features. They are nearly always under 2 meters high of squat, heavy constructed, sometimes dug in, and usually capped with a flattened or dome roof. So, what are you waiting for? Make this place as one of your travel goals. Book a flight, or travel by land, or even sea